Today we're looking at President John Quincy Adams. Hello, welcome to the Daily Bellringer. Please don't forget to subscribe and take a look at the questions down in the description. Also, don't forget to check out dailybellringer.com where you'll find more resources that go with many of the Bellringer videos. John Quincy Adams was the 6th President of the United States from 1825 to 1829 and was a member of the Democratic Republican Party. Raised in one of the most prominent political families of the era, Adams would spend his entire life serving his country. Born on July 11, 1767 in Braintree, Massachusetts, now Quincy, Massachusetts, he was the oldest of 6 children born to founding father John Adams, the 2nd President of the United States, and Abigail Adams. From a young age, John Quincy Adams was surrounded by discussions of independence, democracy, and leadership. At the age of 7 in 1775, he witnessed the Battle of Bunker Hill from his family's farm not far from Boston. As a child, John Quincy traveled with his father on diplomatic missions to Europe during the American Revolutionary War. This experience gave him a unique education and exposed him to international politics. He became fluent in several languages, including French and Dutch, and developed a strong understanding of world affairs. Adams attended Harvard University and graduated in 1787. After completing his education, he studied law and became a lawyer. However, his passion for public service soon led him to a career in politics and diplomacy. In 1794, President George Washington appointed him as the U.S. Minister to the Netherlands, marking the beginning of his long career in public service. In 1797, John married Louisa Catherine Johnson, and together they would have 4 children. However, only one child would live past the age of 35. In 1802, Adams would be elected to the U.S. Senate, and in 1809, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador to Russia. Actually, during his life, he served as a diplomat in several European countries, including Prussia, Russia, and Great Britain. One of the most significant accomplishments came in 1814 when he helped negotiate the Treaty of Ghent, which ended the War of 1812 between the United States and Britain. In 1817, Adams was appointed Secretary of State under President James Monroe. The Secretary of State is the chief official that deals with foreign affairs for the United States. During his time in this role, he played a crucial part in shaping American foreign policy. He was the main author of the Monroe Doctrine, a policy that warned European nations not to interfere in the affairs of countries in the Western Hemisphere. In the election of 1824, John Quincy Adams was elected President of the United States after a highly contested election. None of the candidates received a majority of the electoral votes, and the decision was made by the House of Representatives. Adams was chosen as president, but his victory was controversial, very much challenged by his political rival, Andrew Jackson. Many people considered it a corrupt bargain, and to learn more about the election, check out my video devoted to that topic. John Quincy Adams was inaugurated March 4, 1825, as the 6th President of the United States. He was the first child of a former president to also be elected to the office of president. As president, Adams focused on modernizing the nation. He supported building roads, bridges, and canals to improve transportation and encourage trade. He also advocated for public education and scientific advancements. However, many of his ideas faced opposition in Congress, and he struggled to gain support for his ambitious plans. After serving one term as president, Adams lost the election of 1828 to Andrew Jackson. However, his career in public service was far from over. In 1830, he was elected to the House of Representatives, becoming the only former president to serve in Congress. Adams spent the rest of his life fighting for causes he believed in, including the abolition or elimination of slavery in the United States. One of his most famous moments later in life was his defense of the enslaved Africans aboard the ship the Amistad. In 1841, Adams argued before the Supreme Court that the Africans had been illegally kidnapped and had the right to fight for their freedom. The court ruled in their favor, and Adams was celebrated for his role in the case. Adams continued serving in government right up to his death. On February 21, 1848, Adams suffered a stroke while debating America's role in the Mexican-American War on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives. 2 days later, on February 23rd, 1848, John Quincy Adams died at the age of 80, leaving behind a legacy of service, courage, and commitment to justice. So with that, hopefully you learned something, and thanks for watching.